welcome to Sunday Dusk. And here's your host, Corvus Twig.
Hello, everybody! It is Sunday! Dusk. Actually, it's like past dusk. I think it's nighttime out now because it's been pretty dark out for like a little while. I mean, that's January for you. It's just so dark. And it's like dusk time is so early. It's like maybe I'm doing the show too late. It's going to be like Sunday evening. But I don't know. It's just like mostly, I guess on average, that the year average Sunday dusk, 7 o'clock is about average dusk time, Yeah, I can't always just shift the show to when dusk is. I'd be doing so late in the summer and so early in the winter. Yeah, it's just 7 o'clock Central Time. Same crow time, same crow place. And we're so glad you're all here. We got the usual awesome people in the chat. We got Daifed, we got Hasio, we got Bentai. I think I said, well, yeah, you know who you are. Oh man, what a show we got today. We don't have a guest today. We have two guests. Two guests. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We got some fun games to play. And, the bird of the day. God. Oh, we got a great bird of the day today. I'm so excited to talk about this bird. Yeah, it's been an exciting, fun weekend for me. Because this weekend's been about home decor. And I got myself a brand new sofa. It's a cool sofa. I'm going to show y'all a picture of the sofa. I wasn't planning on showing the sofa, but I got to show y'all the sofa. I should just open this in a browser. Just show the browser. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's my new sofa, folks. Yeah, it's a sectional. It's got 6 sections. 2 corner sections, 3 middle sections, and the storage ottoman. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And you see, I got crow pillows and an owl pillow. He's a little crow on the end table over there. It's a real nice couch. I'm gonna be watching movies and playing games in comfort. Yeah, it's nice. It's all right. I gotta fit so many birds on that. So many birds I've had. It's wonderful. I'm excited for it. My ladybird friend, she really loves it. She likes getting in that whole corner section and getting all nice and cozy. It's great. Yes, it is. There's already been naps taken on it. I think it's going to be an excellent couch. Lying down on it, there's really nothing rough where the cushions connect, so it's really comfortable to lie down on. Yeah, it's great. It's a great couch. It's a great couch. I'm happy. Hey, German Tanker Johnny. Welcome. Welcome anybody else who hasn't chatted. We love our lurkers. We love everybody. Well, I suppose it is that time of the week where we go talk about the news. So give me 1 second, bring that up. So, it's time for the news. We love the news. There we go. So, my first story, comes from Chicago, the Windy City on Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan's got a lot of cities on it, but the most populous city on Lake Michigan. Well, a while ago, there was in the 1990s, there was an incident that happened while a street's asphalt was being poured, and it created a hole in the street that has created what is now a Chicago landmark. I am, of course, talking about the Rat Hole. This is what they call the Rat Hole. Daifed knows the Rat Hole. Well, the rat hole has been in the news recently because somebody tried to fill in the rat hole and eliminate it. And the locals were having none of that. For you see, the rat hole, I mean, it goes back to the 1990s. This is a hole with over 25 years of history. So much history. It started. The funny thing is, it's not. Researching this, I found out a horrible fact. A fact that shook the entire story. This is not a rat hole. This is a squirrel hole. This indentation was caused by a squirrel, not a rat. I mean, do we say, oh, close enough, they're both rodents? I don't know. But it was a very important divot. The people in the neighborhood loved it. It was a little landmark. But they found out that somebody filled it up with as there's a picture of it here, it's kind of like a plaster substance that they filled it up with. And this picture was taken when it was still wet. And the people in the neighborhood quickly tried to drain it and get the stuff out and preserve it. And so far, it seems they have been successful. Yes, easy to remove. No problem. But they decided that because of this this travesty against the rat hole, that the organizers of Riot Fest, which and also State Representative Ann Williams, and the Chicago Bulls mascot Benny the Bull, wait, Bentai, is that you? Are you Ben the Bull? Is that Bentai? Are you the mascot for the Chicago Bulls? I think it might be. Anyway, they all came there and they dedicated a plaque to the Chicago rat hole.
2 decades ago, on this very spot, a squirrel tumbled from the branches above, imprinting its fall in a concrete fossil. Behold the extraordinary result, a rat-shaped spread eagle landing, frozen in time, a testament to the curious dance between chance and the enduring imprints of the natural world. Paid for by the Riot Fest Historical Society, dedicated January 2024.
So yeah, the rat hole's got a plaque now, baby. It's amazing. You glad they didn't steamroll a squirrel? Yeah. First Rodney Balbentai. I know, right? But yeah, that's pretty awesome that the Chicago rat hole, a over 2 decades old imprint from a squirrel, is now a dedicated landmark in the city of Chicago. Keep being Chicago. We love it. So thanks, Ben Hooper from UPI, for your article, Chicagoans Work to Preserve a Viral Rat Hole. Thank you so much. Well, our next one, we're staying in the Midwest. We were in Illinois. Now we're just going to go one state over to the west. This one is from Iowa. Because, in Iowa City, Iowa, the man named Carlos Maldonado has been making a splash after the big snowstorms due to his sculpture. And his sculpture is this shark. This is a snow sculpture made by local artist Carlos Maldonado and his family and their front yard. They took the huge amounts of snow that gathered and they made this honestly pretty goddamn good shark. I mean, it's I'm impressed. This is really well crafted. This is make Galgara proud. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm wondering how they colored the snow. The article doesn't really say. But it's become the talk of the town. A big blaha. Yeah, it's a big blaha. Which don't say blaha around Krakow. It's apparently like Blahi or something. Don't say it around Krakow, because Krakow knows the actual pronunciation. But yeah, it's really impressive, really cool, and yeah, he's been the talk of the town, been featured on the local news, been featured on all sorts of stuff, and yeah, it's like a new landmark in town, and you know, people gotta come see it because it's a snow sculpture. They not gonna last forever. But thanks to the absolute huge feedback that he's gotten, Carlos has said that if there's more snow coming later this year, which there almost certainly will be, they're going to do another one. And they're thinking their next one might be an octopus. So if Carlos does indeed make another snow sculpture of an aquatic animal, you can bet we're going to be talking about it on Sunday Dusk. So we will be watching Carlos's career very carefully. Grape Kool-Aid? I don't think grape Kool-Aid is that shade of gray, Hasio. I don't know how they colored it, but it's impressive. It's real impressive, and I hope this guy does more because I want to see more cool snow sculptures. We appreciate it. So thank you, Barry Green from CBS2 Iowa, for the article. Eastern Iowa artist draws attention, sculpts snow shark in Iowa City. Hooray! Now we're going a little more to the south this time. A little more south, a little more east, kind of middle in the country, to the land of fried chicken. That's right, we're going to Kentucky for this next story. Specifically, Lexington, Kentucky. Now, I don't know a lot about Lexington. I hear it's a, mid-sized city, nice place to live. But apparently their tourism board is trying to draw in more tourists and more visitors. But they don't want the typical tourist. They want a different kind of visitor. A visitor of the third kind. So, the Lexington City has come up with a campaign. The Lexington Convention and Visitors Bureau have beamed a message into space that says, "Hey aliens, look at Lexington." Yeah. They are trying to get aliens in space to land in Lexington by sending out a coded message that needs to be decoded and then also translated into English. And look, honestly, I don't know how well this message is going to work. Although I suppose if the aliens have enough technology to get here and intercept this message, they probably have the technology to translate the message too. But yeah, the message also goes on to say, an excerpt from the message is, "The first thing you'll notice as you descend through Earth's atmosphere above central Kentucky is a lush green countryside that surrounds Lexington's vibrant city center. That's our famous bluegrass." And then goes on to describe, it's kind of a long message. They worked with scientists and scholars, and there's a solar system, the TRAPPIST-1 system, that's about 40 light years away, and they have directed the beam directly towards that solar system because that's the closest solar system that could possibly have life forms on it that we know of. So they at least did their research, kinda. If aliens do ever visit Earth and they decide to land in Lexington, Kentucky, well, good on them. I somehow don't think that the UFO flyover state. That's a good one, Hatsio. That's a real good one. Yes. But they said that in the meantime, before the aliens come to visit, they welcome earthly travelers and invite people from all around the globe to come visit Lexington, Kentucky. So, I'm sure Lexington's a great town, and I think it's a fun little promo thing, I've seen local governments doing far worse things, so hey, I like it. Plus, the whole thing of hey, we're beaming towards a solar system could teach people a little bit about space and other habitable solar systems, and so could get some people interested in science and space. We like that, so yeah, I got nothing against it. I think it's fun. So thanks to the Associated Press, no author was given for this one, but thank you for the article. E.T. Welcome. Kentucky City beams message into space inviting extraterrestrial visitors. Now, we're sticking in the U.S. this time, but this time we're getting out of the Midwest. And Kentucky's kind of a transitional state between the Midwest and the South. But boy, this next article, this is pure South. This is pure South. We are going to Alabama. Now, you ever gone to like one of those big hunting and fishing stores? One of those ones that's got a big aquarium with freshwater fish. Cabela's has got it, and the Bass Pro Shop's got it. They're the two ones most famous for it. Well, you ever like look at those and be like, God, that'd be so much fun to like jump in there and swim? Well, this Alabama man did exactly that. But he also decided to strip down completely naked before doing so. See, at the in Leeds, Alabama, at the Large Bass Pro Shop, as you can see, they have like this big natural-looking area with an aquarium, and this man decided to strip down naked and dive right on in. That was we'll let the bass out. I don't know. It's just like this man's living his best life. He did what we have all dreamed of doing. But I gotta say, things didn't end up so good for him because turns out doing that is gonna get the police called on you. And this man was arrested and charged with trespassing, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, assault on police, 2 counts of criminal mischief, and 2 counts of reckless endangerment, and 1 count of public lewdness. That seems like a lot of charges for one act. Resisting arrest. Resisting arrest is not charged. It shouldn't be illegal. Is there 3 counts of section up a bass? Yeah. Whew. Well, the defense that him and his family are using is saying that the man is suffering from mental health issues, which seems plausible. And yeah, if you're the kind of person that's going to strip naked and jump into a pool, I feel like medical care is going to probably do a lot more for you and your society than throwing in jail. So, I don't know. I'll see what happens to this guy. I hope that he gets the help he needs and doesn't have lengthy prison sessions. Because, honestly, well, this is kind of, it's kind of funny, and it's not something you should do. We're not advocating jumping into an aquarium here. Absolutely not. But yeah, it doesn't seem like something that's worthy of prison time to me. Some sort of punishment, but is Corvus Stare now the new eggplant? No, it is not. It is not, and it will never be. But look, even though the pictures were already censored, I feel like I needed to do a little bit of extra censoring. I just, well, good luck, Alabama man. You lived the dream we all so dared to do, but I'll know we probably shouldn't ever do. And well, I guess that's all I got for the news today. So we're gonna hop up back over here. Well, it's that time, folks. I told you I don't have a guest this week. I got 2 guests. And these folks, they're bird-loving folks. One of them is a bird. One of them is a bird's greatest predator. Yet somehow they've been able to resolve that difference and are happily married. And now they both stream and they play all sorts of games together and do all sorts of awesome stuff. And we'll learn more about that when we talk to them. Everybody, I would like to welcome to the stage Gray Cat Cafe and Peanut.
Am I in?
You're in.
Let's go. Where's the?
Yeah.
She's not gonna make it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah, you can sit down, Greg. You don't need to stand.
Here we go.
There you go. Well,
You made it.
welcome. I can't believe it. 2 guests. This is like double the episode. How the heck are you?
Doing
I'm
good.
sleepy.
You're sleepy? I mean, it is
Yeah.
a Sunday evening. Sunday evening is a sleepy time of day.
Just
Yeah,
because
Sunday's
of
my nap
work.
day.
Naps, work. Yeah. If only we could just nap all day. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I wish.
Maybe like work 2 hours a day. Yeah, as they say, is like they say back in like the hunter-gatherer times, people likely like spent like 2 to 3 hours a day doing what they needed to do to survive, and then the rest was just leisure time.
I work from home. Don't tempt me. I literally work right next to my bed.
Oh no, I would not like that. I don't mind going into the job because I like to keep home is a happy place, work is workplace.
Yeah.
Like designate work to one tiny corner of the room, so that's the not so happy place. Everywhere else is fine.
Right on. So, well, we're not here to talk about your jobs. We're here to talk about your hobby, and that is, well, VTubing. Y'all are VTubers. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about, like, who you are as a VTuber and what, streaming, what kind of stuff you stream and what it means to you?
Chicken, go first.
Hi, I'm a bird, more specifically a cockatiel. My name Peanut. Yeah, I got this cool 3D model, 3D birds.
Ow! People are going to keep trying to throw Peanut until you get thrown at me.
I saw him already!
Oh, did you? I didn't even...
Yeah! When we were coming in.
Nice.
But yeah, I play some games with my wifey. I pretty much only stream on weekends now. Cause I got the big person job. And then, my favorite game is Hot the Full Boyfriend. If you've never played it, you should play it. 100% that thing, so you can get the secret ending. It'll blow your mind.
I have streamed it, but I only got through like one instance of it.
I mean, I streamed the whole thing and uploaded the videos to YouTube, including the secret ending part, so...
It was
it's
like
easy to play.
7 hours.
Nice.
The secret... I think the secret ending by itself was 4 hours.
Go
Yeah.
bookmark that, people, and watch it later. After Sunday Dusk, obviously.
Yeah.
And, Grey Cat, what kind of streaming stuff do you do? What's your lore?
Well, my name is Gray. I'm a cat, and I have a cafe. And, other than that, this is my full-time job. So, it used to not be, but since we moved, I am the housewife, so I'll do chores around the house. But otherwise, I will be streaming, like, all day. And, yeah, like Peanut said, I'll stream on weekends with them if they're available. And I try to showcase just a bunch of indie games because, I would rather support a small indie studio than the AAA people.
Yeah, I understand that, and I definitely appreciate that. Though I have to say that it seems like between the two of you, when I see two of you streaming, often you're supporting a little tiny indie company called Game Freak and Nintendo.
I've been a minute.
Wait, when was the last time that we played Pokemon?
I don't know. It feels like I see you two playing Pokemon a lot. Not so much recently.
No, we
Not
haven't
so
played.
much recently.
I know the last time I think, yeah, we played when Scarlet and Violet came out, and then I legit have not touched that game for like almost a year.
I played
Really?
until
Has it
I
been
beat
that
the base
long?
game. Yeah.
Yeah, like we beat the base game, and then we're like, when the DLC comes out, we'll play it together.
And then
DLC
we
1
did.
came out, we didn't get it. DLC 2 came out, we didn't get it.
Ah,
We did play
Lethal
Mario
Company.
Kart a couple times. Yeah, we played Lethal Company recently. I've only played once.
yes.
I'm a baby.
I have definitely noticed you playing Lethal Company recently. One thing that I've noticed in particular, what Gray does is makes little TikToks. I see that on a lot of social media. You post little TikToks and stuff, little short videos directing things. In fact, I even have one brought up right here. I'm
Oh
gonna play
boy,
it. I'm gonna play it.
which one?
I don't know. It was just the first one that I saw. It's just fun.
Perfect.
Ice cream time.
Oh, the ice cream one, yeah.
Stop. You can stop. You can stop. That's a lot of
Too
ice
many
cream.
swirls.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank
So-
you, I love you. Ice cream.
So for context, what we'll do is whenever Peanut and I go to bed, since again I'm more the social media person, it's my job. I'll be on TikTok like half my day. Because like speaking of, I'm gonna be editing TikToks in bulk, but I'll like whenever we go to bed, I'll just be like, all right, Peanut, time to go through all of the TikToks that I sent you throughout the day. And we'll just watch TikTok for like an hour before we go to bed.
I keep
Wow.
meaning to get on my TikTok, but it's been months.
It has been months.
If
I don't
people
even know
send
how
me
you're...
stuff, I'm sorry.
But yeah, I whenever I see when I'm scrolling through, like Blue Sky and that one that used to be a bird, I see one of your videos. They always bring a smile to my face. I like them.
Yeah.
Pro follow, do that. Pro follow, we like it. Yeah, I just those kind of things. So you've been playing a lot of Lethal Company lately. What do you think of Lethal Company?
We made the bugs say yippee!
Yippee!
That every time I hear the Yippee mod, I just like smile a little bit of my soul, and then I Fortnite dance to a mine and kill us both.
Okay, so I have a confession. I've only ever played that game modded, and I was playing with other people, and they're like, oh, in order to play with us, you need to have all these mods installed. It's like, okay, I'll just install it. I didn't realize the Yippee was a mod. I thought they just did that.
No.
No, it's a mod!
They make
That
little
was-
chittering noises originally, and it like was so unnerving.
I made it a condition that if I was gonna play, they have to say yippee, because it's my favorite.
That is a great mod. Yeah, but I've only ever played with like huge groups. Like I've noticed that like you two have been playing, and then I think Gilbert's been joining you a few times,
Uh-huh.
and then a couple other friends.
Yeah, only time I played was with Gilbert and Aya. And also, I died. Gray killed Aya thinking Aya had killed me. And then Gilbert killed Gray in vengeance.
Oh no!
It wasn't in vengeance. It was just like accidentally, like as they say, they alt-tabbed out, and it alt-tabbed clicked. I'm like, okay, sure.
It was an accident, but it's fun to think it was for vengeance.
Yeah, my experience. The times I played, I am still at like the lowest possible ranking in the game because I die almost every round.
Listen, if you don't die funnily, then what's the point of playing the game?
Nothing better than having a monster chasing you and jumping up onto a railing to try and protect yourself, and then just jumping over the railing and goodbye.
I mean, that's why the Yippee mod just helps so much, because I'll hear the clattering on railing, and I'm like, okay, is this a hostile enemy or is this a Yippee bug? And then I'll hear the Yippee, I'm like, okay, cool, we can just vibe.
See, I just hear the yippies from super far away, and then I'm like, my friends! And then keep trying to find them.
My problem with that game is I always get lost. I get stuff, I find some treasure, I'm like, all right, let me get out of here. I have no idea where to go.
I get a buddy, I follow the buddy. Can't get lost that way.
Then you follow me, and then I get lost, because I'm like, trust me, we'll never get lost. I've never been here before. We are going to die in here.
You're lost together.
It's better than me, I'll never find the way. I'll just get more lost.
I mean, I know there's a mod to where you can,
And
it'll track where your footsteps are. So, like, you'll have colored footsteps.
Huh. That would definitely make things a lot easier.
Yeah, because it's a lot better than using the spray paint, because the spray paint has, like, a limited lifespan. And I always, like, mark doorways that I've gone through, but it'll run out, like, halfway through your first planet when you get it, so it's not even worth it.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I've tried using spray paint once, and then I just died so quickly that I just wasted the spray paint.
That's the other thing, too, is just like, cool. I have, like, no chance to even use it.
Yeah, that game is spooky. It's when you're wandering through the dark, and then suddenly there's that one guy with the white eyes. You know what guy I'm talking about.
The bracket?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bracken. I don't like the Bracken. Bracken's killed me a lot.
That was my first death.
It was so sad, because, like, I was like, Peanut, don't worry, we're gonna get out of here together. Immediately, Peanut gets killed. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go save Peanut, and then I die trying to chase Peanut.
We were on our way out. I didn't know you chased me. I didn't know how I died either.
Yeah, no,
I was just like, oh, I'm dead.
because you were talking to me, and I was like, don't worry, I got you. And you're like, okay. I was like, oh, cool. I just saw him slink around, like, well, crap.
I also got killed by a Jack-in-the-Box once.
What almost killed me? He blocked the door. I had to quick learn how to jump across little what are they? Like the metal thingies where it's broken but you have to jump instead of it being connected. Yeah, I had to do that. Trial by fire.
Now, one thing that I'm sure my eagle-eared guests have been noticing is that, well, we hear Peanut talking, we hear Gray talking, but we also hear there's some other chattering going on in the background there.
You hear my little budgie?
Hey,
My little guy?
Yeah, tell us about your birds.
Gray, what's that face?
What do you mean?
See it? I don't know if you accidentally hotkeyed or if you're just
No.
looking
I'm doing stuff on purpose.
I have 2 little baby birds. They're not really babies, but they are my smallest birds in the room with me. I have Blueberry, who you hear chattering, and he's a little budgie, a little budgerieger, a little classic parakeet. And then I have Cashew, who looks like a little grape. He's a little parrot. And he's just poofy. He's angry I'm keeping him up past his bedtime. And then we have a whole flock of parrots that have their own room next to Gray's office.
They're asleep, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, they got put in darkness. We have a little cockatiel. His name is Goober. I love my Goober. And then we have Bandit. And Bandit's a little bit of a bitch, but that's okay. We love him anyway because he loves Goober. Goober's his favorite too.
That's nice.
But he bites hard sometimes. But that's okay.
Don't
We
they
still
all?
love him.
I mean, aren't parrots
Yeah.
basically just toddlers with bolt cutters on their face?
Yeah, but he's kind of big. The rest of them I can take it. I'm okay. Bandit hurts.
Drawn blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have 2 conures. So we have a pineapple-colored green cheek conure named Pina, and then we have a black cap conure named Pecan, and they can draw blood, but they don't normally. And I'm kind of used to conure bites. My first bird ever was a conure. And then let's see, Cashew has drawn blood on me before, and then we have a little lovebird named Al, and he's drawn blood before. But Bandit has left scars, but it was mostly because he was a spooked, so understandable.
It was very, it was. What were we trying to do? Were we trying to move him?
I think I startled him, and then I was trying to move him, so he bit really hard. And then also he's gotten very territorial whenever it's the hormonal season for him.
Yeah.
He likes cockatiels a little too much, and it took a little while to learn that. So it used to be him and one of our cockatiels lived in the same cage together, and he did not like that I was reaching in the cage to get the cockatiel.
Oh, very protective.
Yes.
Yeah, very.
But the thing is, I think you're doing, caring for birds right, in that you have a lot of them. A lot of people,
There's a whole flock.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do because, parrots are very, very social animals. They need friends. And just having a single bird by itself in a cage? No, not good. Not good.
You can have a single bird, but he can't stay in the cage all the time, and you are his flock. You must spend time with them.
Absolutely. They're not
But
an
that's-
accessory. They're an intelligent living animal. And yeah, you're doing it right, and I'm a little envious. It sounds like you have a wonderful flock, and it sounds like you care for them deeply because it sounds like you're willing to put up with quite a lot of pain to make sure they have a good life. I like that.
Yeah. If you ever have birds, get some what are they? Sound blocking headphones.
Yes.
They're
Very much so.
investment. They scream a lot.
Yeah, well, we're birds. It's what we do. We make noise. Caw,
Yeah.
caw, 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 caw.
Well, some of them are worse than others. Like I love my little budgie. He makes nice sounds. I love a little cockatiel. He makes nice sounds. Cashew makes nice sounds most of the time, but then sometimes he doesn't. Bandit can talk, but then he has the worst loud scream. Conure scream constantly. And so do lovebirds. Don't get a tiny lovebird thinking, oh, it's cute. It won't be that loud. They're very loud. Very loud.
Yeah, like Al, whenever he gets upset, he'll just be like, bleh, just scream the entire time.
Yeah.
They're better than...
But at least you don't have a cockatoo. I hear they're very loud.
Oh, goodness gracious, I wouldn't make it.
No.
I know my limits. Cockatiels, it's over the limit. But they're very cool birds.
I can't
I
believe
do
still
like
haven't
them.
done cockatoos as bird of the day.
Oh my god, I didn't pick cockatoos!
Should cut it down, cock. No, I like the bird you picked anyway. This is a good one. We'll get to cock. I'll get to cock. Look, I can't do all the iconic birds right away. I gotta save some for like bird of the day 250. You know, I can't get all the popular birds everybody knows out of the way right away, and then just be doing like, oh, here's the yellow-breasted nuthatch, and okay, you know what I mean. And no
I think that's
cock-a-threes, Bentai.
Cock-a-threes, oh my god. I wonder if we could call them cock-a-fours, because they have four toes on one foot.
Oh, yeah, toes. That's what I was gonna say. Toes.
What were you gonna say? Now I'm
Toes.
curious. Okay. I don't know. I just like how their feet look because
They do
the
have
toes
cool
look
feet.
cool.
It is neat how parrots have, because most birds have 3 in the front, 1 in the back, but parrots,
Yeah.
2 in the
They
front.
got 2 in the front. Yeah.
It's
Woodpeckers
neat little
have the
animals.
same thing.
Yes, they do.
They gotta hold on to the bark.
And then osprey, oh god, osprey feet are so cool. How like they have 3 in the front, 1 in the back, but their inner one can like
can move.
rotate down and move to become a back one too, and that gives them superior fish gripping strength.
Grippers.
Yeah, sorry, Grave. I know the cats are known for like loving fish, but yeah, osprey.
It's all good.
Oh,
Yeah.
we also have 3 chickens. One of them is a disabled rooster, and one of them I nursed back to health because it wouldn't eat on its own for a week. And we also have a cat.
Look,
The cat's name is Ken, and he's
if-
squishy.
if you were following my bird of the year last month, you know that we stan disabled roosters. And did you two ever hear about Nubs?
No.
Mm-mm.
Nubs was a chicken who had a mite infection on their feet and like basically lost all their toes, but then their owner made them special shoes so that they could walk again. But when this person adopted Nubs, they were a hen. But living there and getting the shoes and walking around, Nubs started to grow male characteristics and started acting like a male. So Nubs is a disabled trans chicken who is now a social media influencer, and we fucking stand Nubs. We love Nubs.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. We love it. But Nubs didn't win Bird of the Year. Murphy the eagle who built a nest, put a rock in it, and then incubated that rock, and then hatched that rock and actually raised the eagle. He didn't actually hatch it. The people keeping
put
him
it there,
swapped out the rock for a baby eaglet who lost its parents. And then so Rock Dad was Bird of the Year, but Nubs was
I remember him, but both are great.
yeah. And
I
we also
love
of
him.
course had Flacco, the Eurasian eagle owl who prison escaped from the Central Park Zoo and is now the king of the New York City underworld.
What?
Oh yeah, Flacco's awesome. And then Wisdom, the Laceum albatross, who just turned 72 years old and is officially the oldest wild bird ever, on record.
Amazing.
Yeah, and has like raised like I think since they tagged her in 1956, she's raised like 32 babies to adulthood. It's impressive.
That's a good mama.
And albatrosses, if they reach adulthood, they're going to live long lives. It's like, you know, that's true for most birds. You know, that first year, that's a rough year for most birds. You get past a year old, you're usually pretty good as a bird. Unless you're a little bird. You know, like a little
Yeah, I got little babies.
cockatiel. It still seems weird that, like, you go to Australia and there's just flocks of cockatiels flying around.
God, I want to go see like a wild flock of budgies. That just blows my mind. They're so little.
I know.
Just
so
itty bitty babies.
Apparently there are a few flocks that have formed in Los Angeles that were like formed from like people who
Let
like
them
they
go.
escaped from
Oh.
houses or were let go. And so now there's a couple parrot flocks living in Los Angeles.
This is one of my favorite fun facts. So, lovebirds, right?
Yeah.
They like rip into things and nest inside of it. And you know, people like to buy them, and then they find out that they don't like screams, so they set them free. Well, if you happen to live in Arizona, there is flocks of wild lovebirds that live inside cacti now because it's naturally protective home for them. and they can rip into it and enjoy living there.
I could
But yeah.
definitely see that. Yeah. Yeah, parrots
To the
are
point
not
where it's
native
just
to
a
North
little
America,
problem.
but they're starting to become invasive just because parrots are so smart. They can adapt.
There was once actually a parrot native to North America. It was a conure. It was the Louisiana conure.
Yeah.
And now I'm sad because they don't exist anymore.
Well, I'm surprised that there aren't more in like Florida and like Louisiana. Because there's a few that are in the Caribbean islands. It feels like it's not that far away. Or even Mexico, there's a few native it's just like, they just won't go out that further north. You know? I mean, I wouldn't anyway, the way we treat immigrants here. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I mean, to my knowledge, I don't know of many parrots that migrate far. I
No.
think they just like chilling.
Yeah, parrots are not the most migratory of birds. But God, we stand parrots here because, I like a smart bird. And there's a big debate in ornithology over whether corvids or parrots are smarter.
I like both.
Well, the thing is that they have different types of intelligence.
Yeah.
Like, parrots are hands down better at linguistics, but like crows are better at tool usage and problem solving. So it's like, but obviously, crows and ravens are great at linguistics, and a lot of parrots are good at.
I would say my parents are not great at the puzzle toys. Keep trying to get them some because they need something to play with and get treats from. But
Now-
they're not great.
Another interest that I know that you two have a lot of, and I'm wondering, has there ever been a parrot anime?
Okay, that'd be I guess that's my question.
Do you remember?
I forgot which one that you're talking about.
Inko
Something in
Colors!
Yeah. So you can talk about that one, but I got another one.
So-
Tamako Market.
Tamaka Market, kind of.
Well, you have the really messed up parakeet in Toradora.
Oh, well, I was talking about Sasaki and Peeps.
I don't know. The first one that always comes to mind for me is Inko Colors, and it's so freaking good. I love it so much. So it's not really like an official anime. It was just like a short series that the creator posted on YouTube, or it may not have been the original place that they posted it, but that's where I found it. But it's just like a couple short episodes where it's like budgies, and they form like this little colors and teams, and they try and help their community, and they find a little lost guy and they help him get home, and it's adorable, and I love it so much.
That sounds very sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, this one just came out this season. It's called Sasaki and Peeps. So like if y'all like your isekais, it's about a middle-aged business guy who's like, I'm bored with life. So he goes to the pet store, gets a finch,
Oh, yeah.
and the finch is like, hey, by the way, I can talk, and you're gonna get isekai'd, and you're gonna have magical powers.
Not the bird's a god.
Yeah, so like the bird gives him like magical powers, and again, it's just like this middle-aged businessman, Japanese businessman. So it's really funny. It just came out, so we haven't got a chance to watch it yet.
I mean, if you want to do an honorable mention, there's Shangri-La Frontier, which is literally the concept I use for my D&D character. So I made, what is it? Aarakocra Barbarian that just has the head of a pigeon and the body of a buff dude. And I love him so much. But Shangri-La Frontier is just, anime about going into a video game, but the main characters is just like this bird head on a buff man body. And it's not near as dumb as my little Adonis, but it's still pretty cool.
Nice. I want a buff body. I want to have big ripped crow muscles, but still have my little birdie head. Oh.
No, I'm too lazy. I'll forever be squishy, but I like the idea of having a really buff bird.
Working out is so hard. Why does working out have to be so hard?
Alright, listen, I got ADHD. I can't do the working out.
I know.
The
right?
best I ever got was I got pretty good at doing cardio because I could just disassociate and think about other things the entire time. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I ran a half marathon at one point.
Oh wow, impressive.
Not today, not anymore.
Gray, you all right over there? You look like you're falling out.
Oh, sorry. I had an article pulled up on my other screen related to what we were talking about. So sorry, I'm looking at the article pulled up.
I
Sorry,
want to hear about that. Tell me about the article.
I was just looking at. I want to see if Sasuke and Peeps had a dub yet, and looks like they don't have one out at the moment.
Now, do you two do you have a stance on the dubs versus subs debate?
Okay, so when it used to be like a real big thing, subs were superior because they were more accurate translations normally compared to dubs. If you've ever seen Ghost Stories dub, it's nothing like the sub, but it's a good dub. But, I think at this point it's just kind of up to preference. Most of the time we watch dub stuff because I'm constantly multitasking. I can't my focus doesn't stay to one thing. I do have the ADHDs, and I have finally gotten to a doctor where I can get meds. Not for everybody, but they work for me to get through my work day. But that's about all the focus I got in me.
Like
So everything else, dub.
To give you some context, Peanut worked on their Lego set this morning while we just had dubbed anime on, and we finished the whole season of Demon Girl Next Door, which is only 12 episodes, but we finished it like before lunch because we woke up. We started watching it at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we finished it all in one day.
That's the other thing. I love binging. We finished Oshinoko in 3 days, and that was only watching it like before and after work.
Yeah, and then we finished Your Boy Kong Ming in 2 days as well.
I have a problem.
And then we finished the Made in Abyss first movie today, and we're gonna start the second one tomorrow.
Well, we
Okay,
started
I've heard
the
of that
second
one. I heard that one's really dark.
It
Yeah.
is.
Okay,
Like
so
you know the doll's precious moments.
No.
You've
never
seen, like,
moments,
little
yes,
statues?
those-
Yeah.
yes, yeah, like
It's-
they're
it's
like Hummels, but they're not Hummel.
So the anime looks like that. But then imagine the most horrific, graphic, physical, abusive things that could happen to them.
Yeah, it's what
That's
I've
Made in
heard.
Abyss.
Yeah. Though I wonder, what is the first anime you ever watched? Do you remember?
I do.
Yeah, Peanut does.
Okay, so of course, if you want to count Pokemon, there's Pokemon. But if you leave that out, my first one was Pretty Rhythm, which nobody fucking knows. I had to watch it in like 5 different parts per episode on YouTube. But it's like a magical girl transformation anime, but it's all about having these little heart-shaped crystals, and they're ice skaters, and they'll do like really cool tricks while they're performing. And there's also have like a side story thing where it's just like the dudes that do the ice skating and do cool magical girl transformations. It's adorable.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I
it
still
up.
like it.
Yeah, sorry guys, sneeze coming on. And I'm looking it up, and yeah, it looks like a very magical girly.
It is a very magical girl anime.
That is, yeah.
We
Also, I watched it in high school. So
Look,
it
we
wasn't like I was 5.
we can't be held liable for the things we liked in high school. Okay, I liked
Yeah, no,
I liked Limp Bizkit in high school, so there's definitely no shade coming here.
Well, my friends were always ranting and raving about like Fairy Tale, and I'm like, oh, that just takes so long. And then they showed me Pretty Rhythm, and I'm like, I can get into this.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
think what my first anime was that was it was Pokemon. I mean, come on, it's middle school, 96. I was 11 years old when Pokemon came out, so yeah, it's Pokemon. But I think then like I was on Toonami, and I think it might have been Tenchi Muyo was the first like anime I ever watched.
I remember that. My mom back when Fred existed before it went out of business, they sold VHS tapes. And my mom was like, "You watch anime," and so she had somehow managed to find, because back in my day, anime was put onto 2 episodes would be on one VHS tape,
Yep.
and she managed to find the first VHS for the season, which had the first 2 episodes, and then somehow for some reason they were also selling like the very end, so I got to watch the first 2 episodes. I'm like, cool, I want to watch episode 3. So I immediately popped the second VHS tape in, and it was the end of the show. And I'm like, what is happening? Who are you people?
Yeah, I imagine that'd be very confusing. God,
But no, my
anime
first
VHS
anime was-
tapes in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's just like, we're going to release Dragon Ball Z on VHS. You get 2 episodes per VHS. Oh, okay, cool. So I only have to buy like 10 to watch the whole show? No.
No, yeah.
No.
My cousin was obsessed with Dragon Ball, and he just had like this whole cubby filled with all of them. But like, if I remember correctly, I think the Dragon Ball tapes were the same. Like they colored the tapes like a weird color, because you know how like Nickelodeon VHS tapes were like orange back in the day.
Uh-huh.
I think the Dragon Ball tapes were like a weird color too. I know the boxes were really weird. Like they're just like this neon green box.
I remember them being green for some reason, but
Yeah, like I remember the boxes being like the cardboard boxes were for sure like neon green. They were so ugly.
Well, they had to go that dragon green, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching Dragon Ball Z back in the day too, back when, at least in the United States, when like the Cell Saga was new. I don't know how far behind the Cartoon Network broadcasts of Dragon Ball Z were behind the Japanese broadcast.
I couldn't tell you. Dragon Ball was not my thing. I was all about.
It wasn't my thing either, but I remember having friends that are like, "Oh my god, I wish I would just get past this part. It's been like 3 episodes of a guy running in a desert monologuing," and I'm like, "What are you watching?"
Yeah, honestly, the only way to watch Dragon Ball Z now is DBZ abridged.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. And it's like I like how people complain, because they'll be like, "Oh, the abridged is like the bastardization of Dragon Ball." And I'm like, y'all care too much about this show. Like, I'm sorry, I can't.
But we don't need 3 episodes of people powering up and screaming at each other. It's just like, Jesus Christ, just get down with it. You know, it's just like, it's just so many episodes of DBZ where absolutely nothing happens.
Yeah. And then Nickelodeon took it over in like what, the early 2000s for a little bit.
Oh, did they?
If I'm not mistaken, they took over like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z were on Toonami, and then Nickelodeon got Dragon Ball Z Kai, which was just Dragon Ball Z, just recensored to be like for kids. So like I don't think they
see their
changed anything.
parachutes. They're okay.
It was for kids the whole time.
I mean, yes, but not really. But kind of. I mean, meanwhile, I'm over here like, my first anime was like, my mom showed me Mobile Suit Gundam.
Oh, I'm remembering the other like first few anime I watched, and like they were not as wholesome.
You know, you went straight from I'm gonna watch Magical Girl Pretty Rhythm to High School DxD porn.
Yeah.
Listen, I had
watch
2
this,
types of friends.
Look, this is just a nice anime about Edo period Japan. Where it's called Ninja Scroll. Seems good for
Oh
kids.
God, I remember Ninja Scroll. I got that from Blockbuster, and I
I
was
had a
like, I should
40-year-old
watch
guy
this.
I worked with try to tell me that Ninja Scroll was good, and I'm like, I've never heard of this in my fucking life. But yeah, that was
Like,
fun.
it's
Fun
not
times.
good, but when you're a teenager and there's like 5 anime movies that you have ever had access to, you're gonna think it's good.
Dude
Yeah.
had like 7 kids and swore up and down he made every single one of them watch it.
Wow.
No, my Blockbuster had Ninja Scrolls,
Akira, obviously.
Akira. I want to say the 2 Ava movies at the time that were out.
I
and,
think I rented Perfect Blue.
Oh, I remember Perfect Blue and
Perfect
Block.
Blue is a great movie that holds up. It's a good movie.
I've watched it, but due to the content,
I
Peanut
can't.
doesn't want to watch it, which is understandable because like it has some like graphic content in it. But
I acknowledge that it is likely a fantastic film, and if that's something you can watch, you should go watch it. I can't though.
Yeah, I
But yeah.
understand that. There's some stuff in there that could definitely be triggering for people. You know, it's understandable.
But then my Blockbuster was like, hey, so like this is anime, right? And they decided to put adult anime in that section, and
Oh,
I was
no.
like, what? Again, I was a kid, so I didn't know better. And then like I
rented this great
flipped
movie. It's a religious movie. It's called Bible Black.
Bible Black. I was about to say you're gonna do the Bible Black joke. No, they didn't have Bible Black. I remember it was I don't remember the name, but I remember like the front cover looked innocent enough, and then I flipped it over, and like 10, 11-year-old Gray was like, no, I'm not supposed to see this. And my mom was like, oh, what'd you get? And I'm like, nothing. We're gonna watch Princess Mononoke again.
Oh, well, I mean, there's the anime that's like the anime for people who don't like anime is Studio Ghibli. But
Yeah,
it's
just
also,
show anything
but it's
Ghibli,
also
you'll be
anime
fine.
for people who do like anime because it's
God, unlocking lost memories. I forget about this all the time. So I mean, I guess if you want to say it's my first anime, I watched like the first 15 minutes of Spirited Away as a small child. I was like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8. But my mom was like, "Hey, cousin Carly, you have cool kids movies, right? It's like animation stuff." And my cousin Carly's like, "Yeah, I guess this is good for kids. Here, it's a pretty good movie." My mom stopped it as soon as the parents turned into pigs and got loaded up on a boat. I had no idea where it went from there. I was like, "Oh my god, they got fucking eaten."
luckily they don't in the movie, but yeah, that movie. I mean, Spirited Away is probably kind of like, as far as Ghibli movies go, I guess it would say it's on more of the adult side, but most of them, I mean, not as much as Mononoke or Grave of the Fireflies, but yeah, there's some messed up stuff in that movie. But I don't know. I think it'd be fine for like an 8-year-old to watch. I don't think there's anything too bad in there, but.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been fine. I literally had, like, almost the same thing happen with Jumanji. My mom was like, it's time for bed, and turned it off as soon as it looked like kid got eaten by bats.
Huh.
She did not in fact, get eaten by bats. Just watch the next 2 minutes.
I know, right?
But yeah, just bad timing.
One, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
But yeah, my mom just saw that happen, and she was like, "Yep, nope, that's crossed the line." She doesn't like anything kind of associated with any kind of like magic stuff. She definitely didn't like animation stuff before then, and she still doesn't now.
See, you got to do the thing like reverse it. I saw somebody do a video where it's like where they turn a movie off at the wrong point, and they pulled a prank with their mom. So they took a movie and they edited out the last 15 minutes of the movie, and then had part of the movie go cut directly to credits. And that movie was Toy Story 3. And so
Where they died?
all in the incinerator and like holding hands and accepting their fate. The very frame before the claw shows up, they cut to credits. And the mom's like,
evil.
"That's how it ends?"
I love it, please. Oh my god. I want to do that to my mom so bad because she loves Disney. Like, I got to watch all the Disney movies growing up. Like, I remember we went to watch that in theaters too, and if it just cut at that point, that would have been hilarious. My mom would have died.
Yeah, I mean, what a... I mean, you think about it, like, they do get rescued, and it wasn't a Deus Ex Machina because, like, the aliens were set up to be running towards the claw at the beginning of when they get to the junkyard, so it's like, it wasn't out of nowhere, but man, that is dark.
Yeah.
That is so dark.
I mean, I had kind of gotten past the age where Toy Story was cool. When I went to go see that, I'm like, yes, burn them all.
Well, like, there's a lot of implications about the Toy Story universe that if you're like, oh, so all the toys are sentient, And you think of what and all they care about is providing joy and happiness to a person. And so the inevitable conclusion to every toy's life is being abandoned by the one person they care about the most and then being faded away and slowly decaying.
I mean,
And they're sentient beings.
You can ask Gray, when we moved into where we live now, I had like a whole box full of stuffed animals, and I still kept some. I still have toys from my childhood.
Yeah, I wonder
I
what
have
the
not
oldest
looked
toy
fine.
that I still have around in my house is. It's a good question, but luckily toys are not sentient. Woody's not real. Woody can't comfort you. He can't hurt you anymore. And you
I mean, I
can't
also
hurt him.
have plushes, like with my computer setup that I made. I crocheted them. I made a little snowy owl, and I named him Henry. And then
Aw.
I made a little, well, he's actually pretty big. I made a really big gray cockatiel. And I didn't really name him, but I made like a little mini version that I gave to Gray.
Yeah,
That's
it's on my
sweet.
desk.
Yeah, I like little plushes. Plushes are cute. Nice little hug, little soft thing. I mean, who does? I don't care if it ain't manly. I love to hug a plushie.
Oh, and then I have two squishmallows, so my youngest sibling had an obsession with snowy owls. If you remember Webkins, there was another thing called Shining Stars that was basically the exact same idea, but my youngest sibling loved the snowy owl one. So now every time we get an owl plushie, its name is Hoot, because that's what he named his. We have a lot of Hoots.
Well, I don't give a hoot. I would take a hoot,
That's
but I
okay.
would never give a hoot. Well, this has been real fun, but it's time to move on to our next segment. We're talking about birds, but now it's time to talk about a specific bird.
Really
So-
cool. Very-
Let's go.
Oh, why is
Oh
Peanut
no!
why is Peanut not there? Hold on a second.
I died.
There you go.
But
now
he
you're
just
back.
disappeared.
I turned into Square.
It's weird. When I brought up the PowerPoint, it just like made the thing go away. I don't know. But anyway, we're good now. Let's head over to Bird of the Day. Ow.
I don't know, but my brain went to.
Oh, right. We forgot about the gifts. So,
Oh yeah, you just see Miku there.
Gray brought me this Miku doll.
Drink some water.
It's cute. Wait. The Miku's on your screen. I can't move it.
Oh, you can't move it. Whoops.
Move that
Yep,
Miku
you're...
down. Put the Miku down like over.
Put the Miku
Put her
window.
over here.
Okay, okay.
But I can move this one. Now I'm not sure what this is. It's metal. Tink tink metal. Oh, I know. This is a hat. This is a hat.
We love hats.
Peanut brought me a hat. Now I have a hat.
I gotta make a new 3D bell hat. So you can
Oh,
keep
you
my
gotta
old
get
bell
3D
hat.
bell. I bet
Yeah.
it'd be pretty easy to find a 3D bell.
Probably.
All
I
right.
just have it.
Well, welcome everybody to Carvy's Twigs Bird of the Day. We got a great bird today. We got a bird that is like, I think it's like a hybrid of some sort, because it's like one type of bird, and then also it's a thing that Charlie Brown gets stuck in a tree. So today's bird of the day is the swallow-tailed. Why does it say hawk? It's supposed to say kite.
Oops.
It's supposed to say kite. This is
It
not
got a little
hawk.
lizard.
Pretty close.
I apologize, everybody. This is supposed to be.
I saw it ahead of time and I didn't notice.
What do I do? What do I do? Okay. We do this. We go there. There we go.
Right. There we go.
There we go.
Fixed it.
Yeah, there we go. The swallow-tailed kite. I had it right the entire time. See? I know what you're talking about. It's kite. It's kite. How did I screw that up? Well, how did I screw that up? Well, turns out kites and hawks are actually very closely related. We're going to move on to the next page, and I'll tell you why. Because they are part of the order Accipitriformes, which includes hawks, eagles, and kites. And these guys are kites, but wow, look at these guys. The swallow-tailed. We can see why they're called the swallow-tail. And Peter, you said that you've seen these kind of hanging around where you live?
Sadly,
Yeah,
I don't
we
have the
only-
video.
We only saw them for a little bit, but there were a lot. There were a lot. I don't know why this was the first time we saw them, but it was really cool. It was just like a really, really big bird, and they swooped down really, really close. Like they got maybe 10 feet away.
That's really cool. That close. It's amazing.
I mean, we were just chilling on our porch, and they swooped right above our heads, and like just above the little tin roof.
Well, they are known for eating small animals, so maybe Peanut, they were trying to eat you.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
There was a lot of crickets flying up out of that hayfield. And they would just whoop, take them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you can see here, they have quite a range. They tend to stay on southeast United States, kind of near the coasts. Then they're finding a lot of the Caribbean islands on the eastern side of Mexico down through Central America, and then actually quite a bit of the Amazon, it looks like. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So they're 20 to 27 inches long with a 47 to 54 inch wingspan. So that's a pretty big wingspan compared to body size. And
yeah, they're huge.
But especially because their tails are so long, like, well, I mean, look at the picture right there. Look at those wings. Those are crazy. They weigh about 11 to 21 ounces, so pretty light. For as far as the citriforms go, they're much lighter. You know, an eagle can weigh like 5 to 10 pounds. These guys, you know, average about 1. They do have shorter lifespans than a lot of those bigger ones, though, averaging about 6 years. You know, a few of them have been seen living up to about 15, but the average is about a 6-year life form. So. Or life form. Yeah, they are a life form. Yeah, look at those cute little babies down the bottom. These cute little babies. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, they're like little fuzzy gremlins. And how baby birds work. You got little helpless little gremlins, and then you got cute little baby chicks, and these are almost kind of like halfway in between. But perched up on the branch like that, you can see they're very... They almost kind of have... Don't you think that their head almost looks kind of like a dove head?
Yeah.
A little, yeah.
I mean, that's what was crazy looking at it. It looks like so many birds just mushed together and huge.
The head of a dove, the body of a falcon, the wings of an albatross, and the tail of a swallow.
And they got like itty bitty little curved beaks. It's so cool.
Yeah, very small beaks. I mean, honestly, they almost kind of look more like a falcon than a hawk. But I've seen some hawks with some pretty small little curved beaks. But, oh, those beaks, those are sharp beaks. You don't want to be bit by one of those beaks. That's the kind of beak that's designed to rip flesh apart. So these guys, they tend to nest in tall trees, and they like to do that around swamps and wetlands. In particularly trees, they like dead trees, ones that don't have too many leaves on there, but they're not super picky. They do not mate for life, but they pick at the beginning of the breeding season. They will pick a mate, and then those mating pairs will stick together through the whole season. Almost every clutch that is laid is going to be 2 eggs, but occasionally you'll see 1 or even 3. But here's the kind of brutal thing: is it's really rare. It's not very common for both chicks to reach adulthood. And one of the reasons is that the older sibling often kills the younger sibling because it's like, hey, I want to get all the food and you're taking half of it. So I'm going to kill you so I can get all the food. And the parents are just like, aw, Billy killed Susie. Well, I guess Billy gets all the food now. That's kind of messed up.
They are birds.
They are birds.
It does happen, sadly.
Birds do bird things.
Birds do bird things. Although, I mean, sibling murder is not it's not that common in the bird world, but I guess for birds of prey, maybe it's a little bit more. It's brutal. It's brutal.
I've seen chickens do horrifying things to their babies.
Look, we don't talk
I'll
about the
leave
things
it
that
at
chickens do. Chickens are a whole
Chickens are chickens.
fowl in general. Just yeah, we don't talk about chickens. That's chickens. Yeah. But the parents are good parents. Both parents are going to take turns incubating the chicks. So it's just like, Dad is hungry. He's going to go hunt and eat. Then he'll come back, rest on the chicks. Mom's going to go eat, and they'll switch back and forth. Although, once the babies are born, for the first couple weeks, the mother tends to stay at the nest, and then the father will go hunting, and he will bring back food for both his partner and the babies. So that's
Ah.
kind of nice. But then after, when they get a little bit bigger, then they start switching off again. So that's kind of interesting. They've also found that for banded guys, and actually, if you look kind of real closely, the little chick on the right there, on the bottom, he's got a little band. I know it's really hard to see on this small thing, but on the bigger screen, he's got a little band on him. Well, they found that with their banded ones, that the ones that they tend to come back and start nesting and raising their own babies in the same location that they were raised. And, sometimes they move to different places, but it's very common for them to go back to where they were born. That's pretty neat. But they also tend to nest around where other ones are. So with like eagles and stuff, they may have like one nest and it's going to be pretty isolated. But they typically find that these guys will have nests nearby each other in like adjacent trees. It's usually like one tree per nest, but they'll have like a grove of trees that could have like 5, 6, even a dozen nests in it, depending on the size of it. And then these guys are sexually mature at 1 year old. They can return to where they were on their first birthday and find their own mate and have more babies. More babies. Super cute. Now, these guys also are excellent flyers. I mean, these are some of the best flyers I've ever seen. And they spend more time in the air than on the ground. And their giant wings help them out with a lot. They don't weigh much, and they have very big wings compared to body size. So they're the kind of bird that they get up in the air, they spread their wings out, and they just soar. And they can soar for hours and hours and hours without ever flapping their wings. And so they're basically expending almost no effort. So it's like they're not having to spend a lot of, they're not flapping their wings. They're just gliding on the winds, doing their thing. It's cool. We crows can't do that. We gotta always be flapping our wings. We're not very good soarers, but they. So I was saying the wings of an albatross, because albatross are another bird that famously will just go up in the air and then like fall asleep because they're not expending any effort to fly, and that sounds amazing. I wish I could do that, but I can't do that. Could you do that, Peanut?
Oh God, no. If you've ever seen cockatiels fly, it's so many panic flappies.
Panic flappies. So many panic flappies. But when they're not soaring, they don't need to rely on soaring. They're also incredible flyers in terms of acrobatics. They can do all sorts of crazy aeronautical maneuvers. Twist around, fly around, do a barrel roll. All sorts of cool stuff like that. And they do that because they do almost all of their hunting in the air. They don't so much swoop things on the ground. They like to grab other flying things, whether it be like big bugs or little birds. But they've also been seeing like there could be like another animal, like maybe there's a squirrel or something that's just like bounding across a branch, and they'll just swoop down and snag that squirrel right off the branch and never lose a beat. Just keep going and keep going. So it's pretty amazing. There are some videos on YouTube, but I wasn't able to find one that didn't have too much, dialogue talking over it or something like that. But look up YouTube videos of these guys flying around, because it's pretty cool watching them fly. They are amazing flyers.
Yeah, it's really like we
like,
didn't
Ray, you
like
could've
they
sent
look
the
like they
video.
actually do look like kite. Like it looks so weird and ethereal how they move.
They get so close, you can see the little feet, grippy things.
They do got great little grippy feet.
Big
And
old grippers.
you may think like, oh, that sounds a little bit scary. They're vicious birds of prey. And they are, mostly. That is about 90% of their diet. But this is a rare case of an aciptriform that will also eat fruit. They will grab fruit and eat fruit. That is so rare for, like... But they do it. They've been seen doing it. It's really unusual. But most birds also are gonna, land on the ground and go up to a lake or some other body of water and lean in and take a sip. Not these guys. They're going to skim over the surface of a body of water and just open their beak and just get a little drink. Just drink by skimming over the water in the air. You know, like, screw that.
A little sippy.
Little sippy. I just like the idea of one of them going down, opening up their mouth to get a little sip, but going a little too bit, and the beak just catches on the water, and then they just tumble and just crash into the water. That sounds funny. But no, that wouldn't happen. These kites are way too good of flyers. But the other thing that's interesting about them is that they are far more communal than most birds of prey. Most birds of prey will find their mate, and that's pretty much their social life, is their mate and their children. I mean, I know some humans like that. But these ones will live in flocks pretty much year-round. Not just during breeding season, but during winter season, like the whole year round. They'll live in big communal groups, which is highly, highly unusual for an aciptriform. It's cool. I like it. I like this. This bird almost doesn't feel like it belongs in the same order, but genetically, that's where they are. It's just, there's so many things that are very unusual about them, and it just makes them so interesting and fascinating. It's really neat.
Heckin' built different.
Very
Yeah.
different. And they're very pretty. I like the black and white coloration. Cool, cute little heads that kind of look like a dove. Now, the interesting thing is their worldwide population is stable and even growing in a lot of regions. However, their population has been seeing sharp decreases in the United States. So they're, as a U.S. classification, they're endangered, but as a whole throughout the world, they are not. And that's, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it sucks that, and mostly the reason they're becoming endangered in the U.S. is due to habitat loss. And it's just like, God damn it. Can we stop ruining the habitats of animals, please? Can we stop doing that? They're good birds. They need homes. Not just birds, but other animals too. Gotta preserve our ecosystems, because it sounds like you two have definitely seen these fellers and really, really liked them, and it'd be nice if future generations could do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty lucky where we're at. We're on like a solid 40 acres of land, about half of it's woods and half of it's like hayfield.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. It's really cool to see these guys.
Yep. And well, here's a picture, an example of them living communally. We got so many of them in this picture, hanging up there in the tree. That would be such a cool sight to see.
That's literally what it looked like. We have like a couple dead trees, and that's where they were all hanging out.
Yeah, they like dead trees more than live trees. That's an interesting thing about them. But yeah, my thoughts is I really, really like these fellers, and they might have moved up into the position of my second favorite aciptriform.
Ooh.
Sorry, none's gonna beat the osprey. When it comes to birds of prey, ain't nobody beating the osprey. I
You know
love
what?
ospreys
Valid.
so much.
That's fair.
But the swallow-tailed kite is absolutely right up at the top. This is, if we're talking that order of birds, these guys are S tier. Absolutely, absolutely. They're amazing. I mean, I just think it's so funny that we have a bird that is literally got a different type of bird in its name. Well, it wouldn't be the first one. We had the hawk owl, which is an owl and not a hawk. First word's a descriptor, but yeah, don't have too much else to say. That yeah, awesome bird, sweet bird. I hope to maybe see some in the wild someday, because I want to see those acrobatics. That just sounds so awesome.
I don't think we saw too many acrobatics. We just saw them swooping.
Yeah.
He's acrobatic.
It's true.
Swoop is the name of the Philadelphia Eagles mascot.
Oh my
Oh, really?
Swooping. Yeah.
Perfect.
He's a great mascot, but of course he's in Philadelphia, so he's third tier behind the two greatest sports mascots of all time, the Philly Fanatic and Gritty. We stand Gritty.
Instead, Gritty, we love
That's
him.
fair. I do like Greedy.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't have much else to say. Any of you two got any closing thoughts on the kite or the swallow-tailed kite?
That one right in the middle is so poofy. I
I'm
want to
just waiting
poke
for them
it.
to show back up again.
I know.
All right. Well, we're gonna call this bird of the day done, and we're gonna get ourselves back on over to the studio. All right, Gray, you can come up.
Yeah, I gotta move
Desk
myself
again.
back.
Yay! Oh god, you're so tiny on it. Get bigger.
I'm sorry. I am big. Look at me, I'm big.
Sit down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a game that I came up with actually a while ago, and by I came up with it, I mean it's an old format. A lot of people have done it, but this is a little game that we like to call Would You Rather.
Oh no.
Oh, we're going to
boy.
have some Would You Rather scenarios. Now, this one, we're going to be doing it a little differently. There are some rules here. There are some goddamn ground rules, and I will not have them broken. Are you ready to hear the rules?
Sure.
I will
Okay.
present the scenario. After I finish presenting the scenario, we will have a 5-minute question segment where you may ask me any questions about this. You can deliberate on yourselves. But in that 5 minutes, you had goddamn better not say what your choice is. You could say, maybe not 5 minutes. Maybe we'll do like 3 or 4 minutes. We'll do what feels right. I'll do what feels right. But if you say what your choice is before the final selection, I'm afraid there will be point deductions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there will be point deductions. Okay? Okay.
Only fair.
Also, the points are made up and don't matter. But damn it, there's going to be deductions. So you may ask me any question you want. Once we feel like the questions have been exhausted, then, and only then, I will open it up to your choices. You don't have to say the same thing. Now, are you ready to do a little Would You Rather?
Let's do it.
Sure.
All right. Well, I've got 4 scenarios here. Here's the first one. A ghost that only you can perceive always follows you around and helps you cheat at games. Or, you get isekai'd into any media property you want, but only as a background character who never interacts with the main characters. You may now begin asking questions.
Pff,
I already know my answer. I ain't got no questions.
Don't got no questions? You gotta have a few questions. Might change things.
Nah.
Is there a choice?
honestly, yeah, I don't think is there a choice here.
Really? You both think this is a really obvious one? It's gonna be funny to see if. Yeah, I have a feeling, knowing you two being anime fans, you probably already know what you want to do. Maybe the other questions will be a little bit harder. But you might be wondering, like, what is the ghost like? What is he? All right, just go tell. I know you two are gonna pick the second one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like the idea of the ghost, and I mean, honestly, all I can picture is like a little me that's always bored and wanting to annoy you, but I mean, even that's not so bad in my opinion. That's just my brain all the time. But yeah, no, definitely the isekai one, just because, like, I don't care about interacting with the main characters. I just want to go live somewhere really fucking cool.
Yeah, but think about it. If you had a ghost that could help chase you around or help you cheat at games, you could, like, become the world's greatest poker player, and then you'd have all the money you could ever want.
So here's the thing. I'm probably more than a little autistic. I haven't gotten a diagnosis or anything, but I never cheat at games. I hate cheating.
You are a good, noble person. We stand that. You only get some bonus points for that. Now
mean,
the real
it
question
breaks
is,
my brain a little.
what media property? Which one would you go into? I'm gonna make you make your choice.
Oh no, that's where I'm like, I don't know. There's too many good ones.
Well, that's where it's like, as someone in your chat pointed out, isekai background characters always get killed. but like, if,
I mean, I was thinking like Ascendance of a Bookworm.
yeah, like pick something that's simple to where like it's nice enough to where I don't die, but I could still enjoy myself.
Yeah,
What's
it's like there's some worlds that do take place in kind of like a almost like a utopian world that's super nice.
Yeah.
And it'd be it's nice to live in that world even if you're not part of the adventures. I mean, God, even like a kid's thing, like fuck it.
I could go live in
I shouldn't
Pretty
say this, but like fucking My Little Pony would probably be really nice to live in.
I mean, yeah, the easiest one, Peanut, would be just like something like Pokemon or something.
I'm not gonna comment the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah, no, if you say Hunter x Hunter, you're gonna die.
No. Just when you said Pokemon, the first thing that came to mind, Power World. Slavery. I feel like that would be Pokemon.
Yeah, we at CTTV do not support Pal World in any way, shape, or form.
I mean,
Plagiarism, AI, not taking. Nah, I don't like it. But
I won't play because I'm terrible at first-person shooters. But I mean, I still think jury's out on if they actually used AI in that game or not. But I also haven't done the deep dive Google research to figure it out.
Oh, I was under the understanding that the guy who created it was big into AI and NFTs and.
So the CEO is, the devs kind of iffy, not so much, and like all of the devs I know very much not with that.
Okay, well, it may not be too bad.
But I mean, I don't know any of those devs personally, but
all right.
I don't know a lot about the situation. But
Well,
I'm not
gonna
play.
I'm gonna make each of you pick a media property now. Tell me what it is. You gotta make
Pokemon.
You say
Ascendance of a
Pokemon?
Bookworm. I like it there. It's cool.
Okay. All right.
It's simple, and I'm stupid.
Well, going through the tally, it looks like for this one, Gray has earned 5 points and Peanut has earned 4 points. Okay. There we go. That's my scientific method. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Perfect.
Now this time I'm hoping a little more deliberation and questions, but glitter sprays out when you sneeze, or your hair turns into grass during every full moon. We now may begin the deliberation questions.
Again, I don't really have questions, but this one's harder to choose.
Hasio asks a question. Does it turn back? Yes. Yes, it turns back into normal hair as soon as the full moon is over.
Now you gotta take a lawnmower, cut it all off, grow back from scratch.
Yeah, like, is it just gonna be like long grass, or is it gonna be just like your hair just retracts into like short form lawn-cared grass, or?
I'm gonna say that the grass your hair turns into blades of grass that are equal in length to the hair that you had there already, and that will continue to grow at the same rate that it was. And any grass that is chopped off or pulled off or plucked off, when it turns back into hair at the end of the full moon, it will then be the length that the grass was cut to. So.
Oh, that is a good question. How much glitter? Like
how much
glitter bomb explosion?
I am going to say that you have a teaspoon of glitter per nostril.
That's too much. Especially with my allergies, I would just ruin the whole house.
Well, just be glad I didn't say tablespoon.
No, okay, so Gray, we found out, is allergic to dust. Just dust. Literally nothing else. And if she does not take her allergy
No. Correction. Dust mite.
Okay, yeah, if you want to be technical, it's dust mites, not actual dust. But if she doesn't take her meds, she will sneeze, like, kid you not, 7 times in a row. Constantly. It doesn't end.
That's a lot of sneezing. Oh, God. So, yeah, that would be...
A lot of
That would end up
glitter.
being 14 teaspoons of glitter. That's a lot of glitter.
And it's not like a little
Yeah.
sneeze. It's like the old man, achoo! Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Nabenta is asking, is it one sneeze a day? Every sneeze? It's every sneeze, ever. Like any for the rest of your life, every time you sneeze, glitter's coming out.
I know what I'm gonna pick. Old Lord.
No, not retroactively. Starting now, Hasio.
I would
Wake up in
say
a pile of
the
glitter.
grass.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Gray.
I'm going to have to deduct a point from Gray for saying the answer before we did the point choice
Oh,
thing.
sorry. I thought we were moving in. I'm sorry.
Nah, I
we're
just
not.
said I'm ready.
Yeah, Peanut said they're ready, but I didn't say I was ready. I didn't say what my thoughts were.
It's like playing Simon Says. Gotta listen to Simon.
Fair enough.
In this case, Twig.
Yeah, Twig says. All right. Well, we're gonna ask Gray first. Gray, what would you pick?
I would pick the grass one just because it's a lot easier, and I don't have to worry about getting glitter everywhere.
Okay. And Peanut?
I picked the glitter, but that's because of the specific way I sneeze.
Okay. Well, now I need to hear more about that. Let me hear about your specific sneezing types.
Well, no, it's just one. I don't like full sneeze, and like, I just do a little. That's it. Like, you don't hear anything. I don't like hold it in. I don't like not sneeze. It's not much.
Okay.
And like, normally I can hold it in well enough that I could get a tissue for the glitter to go into.
Okay. Well, okay. The tabulation haven't answered. With the deductions factored in, looks like Gray Cat has gotten 7 points on that one, and Peanut only 2.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Okay. That's how the rules are. I've got a very complex algorithm to figure out these points here. It's very
It is how it is.
So
All right.
difficult.
Favoritism for the cat, but okay.
Favorite. I'm a bird. If anything, I'm being non-biased here. Come on.
You're holding a cat toy in your hand. I see it. Or your wing.
It's a stick. It's a
cat
toy.
Can't convince
Yeah,
me.
it's gonna have like a little string on it.
All right. Well, here's one that is going to be a very bad situation no matter which one you choose. A clown with body odor performs close-up magic for you once a day, every day. Or you are unable to purchase any new video games unless every game in your library has at least 2 hours of playtime.
I know what I want.
Begin the deliberation.
How
I
bad
am
is the body
decisive.
odor?
I would say it's the kind of thing where it's like it's noticeable, but like you might get used to it after a few minutes. But then like catch whiffs of it every now and then. It's not overpowering, but it's just generally unpleasant.
I'm just thinking back to college computer science class body over level. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like kind of a nerd who doesn't shower as often as they should. Type of BO where it's not overpoweringly bad, but it's just noticeable. Like, oh, you smell kind of bad. And Bentai's saying, can you just boot up the game and let it idle at the menu? No, you actually have to play it for 2 hours.
Yeah, I figured that'd be the case.
Another question that nobody's asked that I'm sure you're all wondering. It's like, okay, how long is this close-up performance magic act? 20 minutes. 20 minutes a day. Every day. Also, it's a clown. Not a scary, vicious clown, but just kind of think your typical classic Bozo the Clown type clown. Any further questions?
I know what I want.
I know what I want.
Choose a time of day the clown performs. Yeah. You can choose what time of day the clown performs. I would say.
As soon as you wake up. That's what you wake up to.
You wake up to the clown.
Yeah.
also not asked, but the clown is actually very good at it. The tricks are impressive. So, any further questions? Okay.
Are you trying not to talk because you're gonna give your answer?
No, yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm playing it smart.
You've been very good with the rules. So we asked Gray last time first, so we're gonna ask Peanut this time first. Peanut, what is your choice?
New games. My library is tiny, and I actually like playing them for a while before I buy anything else.
Well, I don't think most VTubers would have that as an easy choice to do, but guess it's easy for you. Very good, very good.
I am stupid. That is my solution.
And Gray, what's your choice?
Sadly, I have to go with the clown, just because I have like 600 something games in my library.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is like I borrow her library when I'm looking for new games.
It's pretty bad, so like I have to do that. I have to do the clown.
Have to do the clown. Yeah, that second one, that's tough. I mean, I wouldn't want either of these situations.
I also have a thing with smells. I can't do smells. They make me want to vomit.
Yeah, I think I'd be with Peanut on this one and go with the Steam. I think I could end up playing all the games and enjoying them, and probably would discover some real gems in my library that I didn't even know I owned. You know what I mean?
I can play Hot the Full Boyfriend again.
Yeah. So we're actually gonna be awarding Peanut 8 points on that one, and Gray, I'm afraid I'm only gonna be able to award you 4 on that one.
You know what? Valid.
Yeah.
Oh, I get how points work now.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Our final question. The season of fall lasts for 5 months, and winter only lasts for 1 month. But there is no Halloween. Or, you make $1 million a year, but in order to do so, you have to work 50 hours a week at a customer service call center. You may begin the deliberations.
Are there any rules on when I can retire?
Yes. You have to work that until you are 65 years of age.
Oh.
Bro, I'm not even gonna retire.
So you said it was 1 million a year?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's it. I have no other questions.
Yeah, I'm with you on.
Not asking questions. That's going to be some deductions there.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take the hit.
I will take that hit too.
What do you mean there is no Halloween? I mean the holiday ceases to exist. Nobody's ever heard of it. Nobody knows what it is.
Does it help to comment that I grew up without Halloween? My mom said no. It's the St. Devil's holiday.
But also, knowing where the kite's range is and saying that you've seen them, you don't live in a place that has bad winters.
No.
But the other thing is that $1 million, I mean, that's a lot of money. So I'm really not sure which way you're going to go on this. So this is a dumb thing. We wouldn't discuss it in a salary report. Impossible. You mean you can still put on Halloween movies? You can put on scary movies, but they're not Halloween movies. So
oh, that's great. I watch scary movies all year round.
So certain horror movies would probably cease to exist, like obviously the Halloween franchise, Hocus Pocus, anything that's themed around the holiday. What kind of company would you be working for? Oh, good question, Bentai. I'm going to say a telecommunications company, so something like Verizon or Comcast, or, something like that. This is not going to be a good job. It's a bad job. See, the people in chat are coming up with good questions. I'm expecting more out of you two.
Well, I mean, I only had one that mattered. I was leaning one way. That one question decided for me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think the deliberation times has gone as far as they can. Gray, it is your turn to go first.
Easily, I would make it to where there's no Halloween.
Yeah.
Peanut,
Wow.
are you answering before? Like they
is going to result in a point deduction.
That's fair.
Well, we have your answer. No need to ask now. So both of you are saying fall lasts for 5 months and winter only 1, but no Halloween. Yeah, that call service job, I mean, it's a lot of money, but 50 hours a week, I couldn't do it. What kind of life is that?
So my thing was gonna be, if I could retire early after like a year or two, I could do it. I could suffer.
Yeah, that's
But I
true,
also work pretty closely with like call center people at my job, and like, good dear God, never. You couldn't pay me enough.
5 years, I could retire off $5 million. $1 million might not be enough, but
I could make it work.
Yeah. I guess the follow-up question of how long do you have to do it till you're 65? Yeah, I think if I had to do it till 65, I would go with the first one. We just invented a different spooky holiday.
Well, I mean, I'm not a huge thing with Halloween because I grew up in
Okay,
good old
so
Bible Belt.
I'm awarding Peanut minus 10 points for this question, and Gray Cat Cafe is going to be getting 1 point for this question.
Oh god.
So that leaves with a final total of Peanut has 4 points, and Gray has 17 points. So our winner of Would You Rather is Gray. Congratulations.
Let's
Gray.
go!
That's a silly game.
It just hurts.
So many birds flying at me. Well, I hope you at least had fun.
Yeah.
Hey, goose. I should make it so that every once in a while, if a goose is thrown at me, it could be Gilbert.
Please, that would be fantastic.
We love Gilbert. Everything's been thrown at me now.
Do a nice little yonk.
Oh, pionk.
Drink some
Little
water.
hyonk hyonk.
Oh, we gotta drink some water. Everybody's gotta drink some water.
Oh boy, I got
Got you.
some.
Oh god, Giant Rodney. He's so big. Well, Sunday Dusk is coming to an end, but I gotta say you two have been so wonderful. This has been so fun. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves as much as I
Yeah,
have.
Yeah.
been a lot of fun.
All right, well, this is, now we're gonna, as I call, open up the plug bag. Is there anything that you two would like to plug that you've got coming up that our audience should know about?
I am but a simple bird. I did play games sometimes. Great, you have fancy stuff.
All I got is, like I said, I this is my job, so I stream pretty much every day. Schedule goes out every Sunday. I'm doing like a bunch of Lethal Company collabs this week, and that's really about it.
When was your next pack opening?
Yeah, I'm starting to open up Yu-Gi-Oh cards on stream. I'm supposed to do it Wednesday, but my mod has not gotten back to me. But like that's about it. So yeah, if you want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, there's that.
You ever pulled anything really good and rare on stream?
We have pulled a $40 card on stream. But other than that, like I'm only opening up the cardboard because I want to like frame some of the cards and get like custom art of Gray in the outfits. And then anything cute bird related goes straight to Peanut.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'd be very disappointed, if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I also have a Mothman and a bunch of Karibos.
Yeah, I pulled a bunch of kaijus and danger beast and Karibos for Peanut. I'm like, this is theirs.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta hear your opinion now, Peanut. Mothman, good guy or bad guy?
The best guy.
I mean, if you're going off the lore stuff, I haven't heard of a bunch of bad he's done. But one of my favorite webtoon series was called Finding Friends, and it was just Mothman being adorable, and I love him.
Yeah. Well, the debate is whether Mothman is causing the disasters or trying to warn people about the disasters. I think Mothman is trying to warn. I think Mothman is a good guy.
He did nothing wrong.
I do want to visit Point Pleasant someday and see the museum. I think that'd be cool. Plus, Point Pleasant seems like a very pretty little town.
Yeah.
He's just a moth sitting absorbed.
And it's only barely in West Virginia, so you can get back out of West Virginia really quickly.
You got a thing against West Virginia?
Unfortunately, if you go out of West Virginia very quickly, then you're in Ohio, and I don't know if that's any better.
Ugh, Ohio.
Is this hell, or are we in Ohio?
Thank you, Animaniacs.
More astronauts have been from Ohio than any other state because if you're from Ohio, you want to get as far away from as possible. All right, well, we're gonna find somebody to raid into, and then why not our mutual friend of ours? Looks like Gilbert's.
I saw Gilbert was playing Lethal with Aya.
Yeah, we're gonna go right into Gilbert. We love Gilbert. The best goose.
Goose time.
It is goose time. Well, thank you, Peanut. Thank you, Gray. I had a great time. I hope you did too.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone in the audience had a great time. We'll see you all next week. My guest is Bunny Bree, new friend of mine. So we're looking forward to that. Everybody have a great evening, a great week, and stay warm. Because it's cold out there.
It's very cold.
Stay toasty.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye bye.